Hello everyone and welcome back to the Star Fox 64 playthrough. Today is part 4 and this entire part is basically going to be the medium route. Now I say that, but it looks like we're just starting Meteo again. Actually, the reason why I'm starting with Meteo instead of Corneria is because I'm just going to fade to the secret part, there you go, and show you how to get to Katina from Meteo. And the way you do that is basically you go through these little, I don't want to call them hoops, I'll call them little gates. Go through these little gates. They can get a bit tricky at seeing how kind of fast I'm going. They can get a little bit tricky to get to, especially that last one there. And you kind of go through, you hit light speed or whatever, and you just go into this really fucking surreal level. Now, if you're like a old Star Fox fan, like if you've played since the beginning, you'll probably recognise the kind of look of this level. It's very much like the secret level in the original Star Fox, out of this dimension. Though I'd wager that level is a little bit more trippy, possibly. You know, that level had really distorted versions of random music. I've actually got a list here to read it out. Johann Strauss's Voices of Spring, the Japanese folk song Yuki, and the American folk song When the Saints Go Marching In. That is very weird. And I'm actually speaking of the original Star Fox. Just kind of go into the canon for a second. I didn't realise this. Star Fox. When I say Star Fox, I'm always referring to the original game. Is actually, while it's not considered canon, it's actually very weirdly the official Star Fox Adventure site, the Japanese one, said that the events of the original game and this game are two sides of the same coin. Basically, they coexist within the same timeline. Which, no, I'm sorry, no. As far as I'm concerned, the original Star Wing or Star Fox is basically non-canon. It's kind of made redundant by this game. And as you can see there, I actually got the medal for Meteo. If you want to get not the Meteo, if you want to get the medal, I'd recommend coming to this level because it's quite easy to get it if you do that path. Because there's a lot of, well, as you saw, there's a lot of opportunities to shoot things down. I don't know if the music is a remix of anything. It does sound very similar to something that maybe could be out of this dimension. All I know is it's very weird and very trippy, that bit. There's our first medal. Well, not my first, it'll just be the first that you've seen in the playthrough so far, though. Now, Berserker pointed out in part 2 that that I was technically false in saying that in Fortuna you have to do it. You have to fail that mission in order to do the easy route. And you do get the choice if you do mission accomplished to go to Sector X. Actually, in my test playthroughs of this, I wasn't given the option to, and I don't really know the reason why. It could just be a glitch within my version of the game. And that's very unlikely though, because it can't just be my game that has a glitch, and that'd be really silly. But maybe I was just unlucky and I just don't remember getting it or whatever. Either way, it was good just to show off that part of, Fortuna. Now this level is one big homage to Independence Day. Bill Gray, there you can see on the bomb, Fox's old friend, is a reference to the character William Gray, who's played by Will Smith, I think, from the film, and it's basically dogfighting aliens that are invading the world, and the mothership you'll see in a second is trying to destroy the base with a huge laser. I don't really like Independence Day, so that kind of means nothing to me. All I know is this is a really cool level, and it's got some great music. Actually, I've got to say the Katina music that's playing in the level, the remix of it, or not so much the remix, the remake of this, that's in Star Fox Assault, is one of my favourite pieces of music from that game. But we'll get to that when we get to Assault. Now, Bill is actually the first ally character we've seen, because we'll see Kat a bit later. But ally characters are basically characters that you'll see in these missions that aren't part of your main squad. There's two in this first game, it's Bill and Kat. They're invincible, you can't shoot them down. But they're no better than just background characters. They don't really do anything. And unless you do like a good job on the missions they appear in, then they'll appear in the next. Like for instance, like I got a mission accomplished on this, so we'll be seeing Bill in Solar, and Bill just like gives you more life for that level. But like their involvement is kind of superfluous. It doesn't really mean anything. I'm pretty sure that this shot here is a huge homage to Independence Day. Again, I haven't seen that film in so long, but I get the feeling that it is. Now, when I was younger, I found this one of the harder missions to actually do, you know, the proper way, because, like, I found it hard because what you have to do here is you have to shoot the openings on the mothership where the enemies come out. I found that really hard. I don't know why. Like recording this, well, what you're seeing now, this recording, I found it pretty easy because, like, with hyper lasers, they kind of get destroyed really quickly. But I don't know. It just maybe when I was young, it seemed more imposing when I was younger, perhaps.
The hatches are open.
Oh, prepared to hear the hatches are open a lot if you take ages with this. I don't know the exact amount of time. Similarly, see how I destroy this pretty quickly. I don't know the exact amount of time you have until it destroys the base. I assume it's like 5 to 10 minutes. But I think you're given more than enough time if you can see how quickly I'm doing it. I would save your smart bombs for it as well, because they pretty much nuke the hatches and just destroy them pretty much instantly.
The hatches are open.
Certainly one of the more action-packed stages, definitely. There we go. Now that when you destroy the hatches, you get 1 minute to destroy the laser, well, the energy point in the middle, the core rather. Thank you, Bill. The core is a little bit harder to destroy than anything else on the ship, really. It takes a few more shots.
I won't let you get away from me.
But like anything else with hyper lasers, hyper lasers kind of make a joke out of everything, to be honest.
Ah, you did it!
Thank you, Bill, for that ridiculously cheesy line. And that's Katina. We're just blazing through these levels on the medium, and we've already done 2. I do like the design of the Cornerian ships. You can see it just in the background there. Bill's one. Well, I think that's Bill's. There's a few of them. I don't know. I think they're pretty cool and unique. And I think, from what I can remember, you can actually play as Bill in Star Fox Command, and you actually get to use that same ship. But Star Fox Command's a piece of shit, so we won't be touching it in this marathon, I'm afraid.
You too, Bill.
Ellipsis, fanfiction away. Okay, now we're going to go, after fighting off Independence Day, we're going to go into the sun. Obviously the next best place after something like that. See, like that choice there, I didn't get that when I beat Fortuna, so, you know, sorry about that.
That area's an oven. Don't go burning that.
Actually, something just out of interest. Fox knows this place is an oven. Is he literally just going there because he knows that Andros has a bioweapon there? Or is he going there to look like more of a man? He could, if there was no bioweapon there, he could just fly around that. Now, as the title of the mission would suggest, that out of the frying pan, this is a very, very hot level, temperature-wise, and this purely for the gimmick of the level, this can be pretty challenging. Your life is constantly going down because of the heat of the star you're on. Solar is actually a star, not a planet, obviously, and yes, as Peppy implied there, if you fly lower, if you fly closer to the surface, that noise that you're hearing, that kind of alarm sound, that will increase, and it's basically telling you your life is going down faster. So, like,
Looks like
Well,
we
there's
could
Bill.
use some
There's not really a strategy for this level besides shoot all the rocks and just get all the health you can, really, because you're going to need it for this boss. Too many times when playing this have I not had enough health for the boss and then just instantly got taken down and lost, you know, my hyper lasers and a life.
Watch yourself, Fox.
How is it we're flying these R-Wings and the R-Wings are struggling, but Bill's ordinary Cornerian fighter is like perfectly okay with it here?
They're attacking in groups.
Now, actually, this music track that's playing, for ages and ages in Assault, the track that plays during the Scargasso space hideout level, I thought that was Zonus's music. No, it's actually a remix of Solar's music that we're hearing now, and that kind of, I thought that for years, and it just kind of blew my mind a little bit.
Nature, buddy, go away. Good rip. I almost got burned.
Yeah, it's actually, I think it's Solar and Sector Y's music. I think Sector Y shares this music as well. It's a great track, but again, like most Star Fox remix music, I prefer the one in Assault. It just has a more epic feel to it. There's so many obstacles to be trying to avoid in this level. Like you see the waves coming up, that kind of fire snake. So you just keep on your toes and you should be fine in this one. Also, if you want a tip for getting a high score on this, when you see those firebirds, like that one in the distance there, try and use your charge laser, because you might have seen throughout this playthrough, using a charge laser, kind of, it takes out both the enemy you're targeting and the enemies around it. So it's a good way of racking up points really quickly. So like there, I should have used a charge laser really. I'm not really sure what the individual kind of scores that you need for to get the medals, but I assume this will be like 150 for this level or something.
This is the enemy's bioweapon? Andross is an insane.
I do love that line from Falco there. I don't know, it's a little bit of an overreaction. Like this is the thing that he takes umbrage with, not the other not the other invading forces, just this this bug creature. I do like this creature's design though. It looks pretty unique in terms of all the Star Fox bosses. A lot of all the Star Fox bosses aren't organic monsters. They're you know, either enemy ships being piloted or they're just robots created by Andros or Starwolf. So like, I'm aiming at the head, but where I should be aiming is actually that little opening, the mouth.
Here they come.
I find it a little bit tricky to kind of hit it at a distance, but here, like, you should have absolutely no problem. And for some reason, it gets invincibility frames, which is a little bit arbitrary, because it stops you being able to kill it quicker. There we go. That's Solar.
Hey, you did it!
Thanks, Slippy. Now, someone mentioned on one of my earlier parts about the it was Berserker on part 1 of the start of this playthrough, that they couldn't really notice the difference between the cast members being changed and the sound design being a little bit different. I actually do have here that the only original Star Fox 64 cast members to return in 3D was Mike West, who plays Fox, Jar Green, and Lissa Brown. I assume Lissa Brown plays Cat, but I don't know who Jar Green plays. I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong. I probably am.
But I'm okay.
Everyone else is different, so I was actually wrong in saying that all the original voice actors returned. They do actually return in Smash Bros. 4 though, and their line readings are horrible. Just a small complaint here about the voice acting in Smash Bros. 4 for the Star Fox characters. Fox McCloud's voice is terrible in 4. I really liked it in Brawl. I think I'm convinced that it was the same voice actor from Assault in Brawl, and I really like that voice, but I really don't like it in 4 because it's the 64 voice actor. Okay, this is our last level for this route, because after this we're going to be starting the hard route. This is Macbeth.
So you're going to attack the enemy base? Great idea.
It's just a shame we didn't think of that before, Fox.
It'll be a piece of cake, General.
Good luck.
Now this is our second and last time we're going to be using the Landmaster, really. I think that out of the two levels, this is the better one. I think this is way more fun for the Landmaster than Titania. It's more visually interesting as well. Definitely one of my favourite missions in this entire game. Basically, you're following this train here because it's on the way to deliver supplies to the enemy base. And as Pepper just said, we're going to attack the enemy base. That's strictly not true. What we're doing is destroying this train to stop them getting supplies. But like, it's kind of, I really like this gimmick where you're just following this train, blowing it up basically as you see there, and it's just really fun, really. And there's a lot of action in this one. I mean, a lot more so. I mean, I know it's an action game, but compared to the, say, Meteo, there's a lot more stuff happening visually here. Okay, Meteo is exactly the wrong level to use as an example there. Maybe for Tuna or something. This is also using the same music as from in Titania as well. So again, I wish each level had their own individual theme, but I understand why. Apparently, I think I said before, Koji Kondo did this, but I think Koji Kondo did this a kind of really tight schedule, like he had like a weekend to do it, basically. It's not like I don't like the composition of the track, it's just like, it doesn't help make the Landmaster stages any more distinct when they've got the same music.
How's the Landmaster, boss?
Yes, I should have shown off the hovering because I haven't actually used it once since playing as the Landmaster. But you know, hovering is a bit. It's kind of fun. It's kind of unique for a tank to do that, really. See, this is another thing I love about this level is it's actually kind of dynamic in that way that you can kind of destroy parts of it whenever you want, as long as it's within distance. I really do like that because it lends some replayability to the level, really. Even when I'm in the tank, Falco, who's supposed to be our ace pilot, still ends up getting chased all the time. Jesus, Falco, step it up, man. Bird. I always thought that looked like a skull on the back of the carriage there, if you just saw that. I always thought it looked like a skull looking at me really angrily. I think that's bullshit though, like the fact that if you just kind of run into them really slowly, you can get damaged by that carriage. I think that's kind of annoying. Now for this level, I won't be doing the mission complete. I will actually be doing the mission accomplished. To be completing it like the tougher but right way, because like this to me is one of the harder missions if you don't know what you're doing to complete it with a mission accomplished. It relies a lot on reflexes, like. And sometimes just kind of like being lucky, being in the right place at the right time, and I think that's kind of pain, really. But if you know what you're doing, this can be a lot. I think this could be one of the more fun missions to kind of do properly. If you're wondering why I was shooting to the right there, it's because I thought one of the switches was there. Now basically, to get the mission accomplished, as Peppy just said, you have to shoot 8 switches. See that switch there? It says number 1 on it. There's 8 of those you have to hit, and you just shoot them and they go green like that. Now don't worry, I thought for ages if you shot them again they actually turn the other way. So basically I thought if you were too hasty you could shoot it and it would kind of like unlock itself again, if you know what I mean.
You're very lucky.
Yeah, so what you want to do is make sure you're looking on both sides of the train for the switches, like I'm doing here, because like it's very easy to forget sometimes where some of them are and just like lose track of yourself. Now there's a little kind of Easter egg with this boss. There is actually, like the boss from Venom Easy Road, there is actually a kind of like an unseen timer of it, because if you miss the supply depot ending, so basically the one I'm doing here, the boss is going to say, oh, we're too slow, and just kill us and dive bomb us and kill us instantly. Like, I think that's kind of cool. And here's the end into the level. You just shoot that switch. This is one of the most satisfying boss finishes, definitely. Choo choo, motherfucker.
No! Get the
I love that. I love the train driver is one of the most deliciously cheesy bosses in the entire game. I love his line reading, seriously. I think that's the largest single hit bonus we can get in the entire game, actually, 50. Oh, so many explosions. Never show this to Michael Bay, people. Oh yeah, satisfying. Cool guys don't look at explosions.
I can see the look on their stupid faces.
I'm sure we heard him this time.
Definitely one of the more satisfying missions. Yeah, I really like Macbeth as a level. It's really fun, it's really short, and it's just really, it's just really fun, really. That's all I can say about it. And so that's it for the medium route. We won't be going to Area 6 or Bolts. We're just going to finish here because I want to show off Area 6 in the hard route. So we'll just fly back into the Great Fox like that. And that's kind of the end of the part, really. Okay, thank you for watching the medium route, and I'll see you next time when we start the hard route with Corneria, the secret area, and Sector Y. So see you then.